It's story time, pre-K, and yesterday we read a book about a gingerbread man, and it's called Gingerbread Man Loose in the School, and we read about how he was baked in a classroom and the kids decorated him and made him look all cute, and then when he was finished, they let him cool. They went out to recess, and it was all about his adventure to try to find those kids, try to find his class, find his friends, the kids who made him. And now I'm going to tell you another story about a gingerbread man. This one, I don't know if you've ever heard the original Gingerbread Man story. And so I'm going to read to you about the Gingerbread Man. I will tell you that there's a lesson to learn in the Gingerbread Man story, and I wonder if you can figure out what the lesson is. The Gingerbread Man learns something at the end, kind of through a really bummer way, but he finds out a good lesson. So he learns something, and I want you to think about, what did he learn from this story, okay? Let's read The Gingerbread Man. The Gingerbread Man. Let's see here. Once upon a time, there was a little old man and a little old woman, and one day the little old woman said, "Let's make a gingerbread man." "Yes, let's do that," said the little old man, and they did. They're gonna make a gingerbread man cookie. So they mixed up some batter, they rolled out the dough, they shaped little arms, little legs, and they shaped its little head. And then with raisins, they made little eyes and a little nose and a little mouth. And then with sugar glaze, they dressed him in a fancy suit of clothes. Look at how cute he is, that little gingerbread man. He's just adorable. Got a fun little hat on, doesn't he? When all was set, they put the gingerbread man into the oven and they waited. Pretty soon, a delicious smell was coming from the oven, and it told them that the gingerbread man was ready, and so were they. They were ready to eat the gingerbread man. But when they opened the oven door, out popped the gingerbread man, and he ran across the floor. Oh my goodness, I have never seen a gingerbread man jump up and run across the floor before. I've never seen that. The little old man and the little old woman could hardly believe their eyes. I wouldn't be able to believe it either. I'd say, what is happening? The gingerbread man looked up at them, and he put his hands on his hips and said, "Run, run, fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man." There he is. He's like, "You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man." The little old man reached down to grab him, but quick as a wink, the gingerbread man was out the door and down the road. And the little old man and the little old woman ran after him. Come back, they yelled. But the gingerbread man just looked over his shoulder and said, "No, no, I won't come back. I'd rather run than be your snack." And he kept on running. Oh boy. Where is he going? And he ran, and he ran, and he ran. And after a time, he met a butcher standing in front of his shop. And the gingerbread man looked up at him and put his hands on his hips and said, oh, see, there he is in front of the shop. There he is. And he said, "Run, run, as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. I've run from a husband, I've run from a wife, and I can run from you too. I can. Do you think the butcher will catch him? Think that he'll catch up to him? Let's find out. The butcher reached down to grab him, but quick as a wink, the gingerbread man was down the road, and the butcher ran after him. Come back, yelled the butcher. And not far behind him, the little old man and the little old woman were yelling too. Come back, come back. But the gingerbread man just looked over his shoulder and said, No, no, I won't come back. I'd rather run than be your snack. And he kept on running, and he ran, and he ran, and he ran, and they're all chasing after him. Look at that. There they all come. Nobody's caught him yet. After a time, he met a black and white cow. The gingerbread man looked up at her, and he put his hands on his hips, and he said, Run, run, fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. I've run from a husband. I've run from a wife. I've run from a butcher with a carving knife. And I'll run from you too. I can, I can. Now this gingerbread man, I'm kind of realizing as I'm reading this, he's a little braggy, isn't he? I can run faster than you. That's a little braggy. The black and white cow reached out to grab him, but quick as a wink, the gingerbread man ran on down the road, and the black and white cow ran after him. Come back, yelled the black and white cow, and not far behind, the little old man and the little old woman and the butcher with the knife, they were yelling too. Come back, come back, come back. But the gingerbread man just looked over his shoulder and said, No, no, I won't come back. I'd rather run than be your snack. And he kept on running, and he ran, and he ran, and he ran. Oh boy. Will they ever catch up to him? We'll have to see. After some time, he met a muddy old sow. Now, a sow is another name for like a pig. And the gingerbread man looked up at her, and he put his hands on his hips, and he said, Run, run, as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. I've run from a husband. I've run from a wife. I've run from a butcher with a carving knife. I've run from a cow, all black and white, and I can run from you too. I can. One of these days, somebody is going to catch him. He needs to stop bragging and saying, I can run faster than you. The muddy old sow reached out to grab him, but quick as a wink, the gingerbread man ran on down the road, and the muddy old sow ran after him. Come back, yelled the muddy old sow, and not far behind, the old man and the little old woman and the butcher with the knife and the black and white cow, they were yelling too. Come back, come back, come back. See there, but the gingerbread man just looked over his shoulder and said, No, no, I won't come back. I'd rather run than be your snack. And he kept on running. All of these guys are coming after that gingerbread man. There he goes. He is a fast runner. And he ran and he ran and he ran. And after a time, he met a fox. The gingerbread man looked up at him and put his hands on his hips and said, like usual, here he goes, Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. I've run from a husband. I've run from a wife. I've run from a butcher with a carving knife. I've run from a cow and a muddy old sow, and I'll run from you too. I can. What about this fox? I wonder if this fox will be fast enough to catch the gingerbread man. Let's find out. What did you say? Said the fox. That tricky fox pretended that he couldn't hear well. I'm not as young as I used to be, he said. You'll have to come closer and speak louder. So the gingerbread man stepped closer, and in a very loud voice he said, Run, run, as fast as you can. Can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. I've run from a husband. I've run from a wife. I've run from a butcher with a carving knife. I've run from a cow and a muddy old sow, and I'll run from you too. I can. Uh-oh. And just then, I think he got a little too close to the fox. I think he was bragging a little too much and thought that he just could outrun anybody and out-trick anybody. Just then, that little old man, that little old woman, and the butcher with the knife, and the black and white cow, and the muddy old sow came running around the corner, the turn in the road, and they were yelling, Come back, come back, come back, come back, come back! The gingerbread man looked over his shoulder, but before he could say a single word, the fox jumped up and grabbed him. And quick as a wink, before he could think, with a snap and a snip and a lap and a lick, the gingerbread man was gone. Yum, 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 yum. I bet he was a yummy gingerbread man cookie. Who do you think got the gingerbread man? The fox. Look at him. The fox is like, yummy, yummy, yummy. The little old man and the little old woman and the butcher with the knife and the black and white cow and the muddy old sow all stood and stared at the fox. He hadn't left a single crumb for anyone. And so ends the tale of the gingerbread man. I think that gingerbread man learned that he shouldn't be quite so braggy, because sooner or later it's going to get him into trouble. And also, that fox is a stranger, someone that he didn't know, somebody that he had never met before. Now, should you go up to a stranger and get close to them? Should you go up to someone that you've never met before and your mom and dad never introduced you to before? Probably not a good idea, right? I think the gingerbread man learned a lesson. Now, what about you guys? Here's the other book. What differences did you notice in these books? You might notice that in this book, I'll give you a couple differences, okay? I'll give you a couple differences, and then you can tell me some in the comments. But in this book, I noticed that the gingerbread man did not get eaten up. He did not get gobbled up. He stayed in the classroom, and he stayed with the class. In this story, he did get gobbled up by the fox. I noticed in this story, in this story, the gingerbread man was running towards somebody, like the class. He was trying to find the class, right? So he was running towards somebody. And in this story, he was running from somebody to get away from them. Okay, so there's two differences. See if you can find some differences and put them in the comments below. What did you notice different? Even though these are both about the gingerbread man and both about him running around, there are lots of differences, lots of things that you can notice are not the same. So tell me in the comments, what did you notice? And I can't wait to hear your what you found out. So I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.